Good morning, my dear students. In the previous class, we have completed the chapter that is accounting for not-for-profit earning organization, and today we are moving forward with a new chapter that is company accounts. This is the second part of your syllabus where you will be learning about the accounting for company, where you will be specifically learning about accounting for shares and accounting for debentures. Okay, how the accounting treatment is being maintained in the company regarding maintenance of shares as well as maintenance of the debentures. Okay, so let's start. Now, what is a company? Basically, if we uh, talk with the or if we take the words of Companies Act 2013, then it is those organizations which are registered under the Companies Act. Okay, either it can be registered, it may be registered under Companies Act 2013 or any of the Companies Act which has been formed before that or previous to that. Okay, that must be registered. The organization must be registered under the Companies Act. Then only you can say it is a company form of business. Okay. Now, remember that a company form of business is having a huge capital. We have already learned about this particular concept that a company is having a huge capital. Where have we learned it? In class 11 business studies. Okay, it is having huge capital. And the capital of the company is generally divided into small parts. Okay, that is called a small part. The denomination the company's capital has been divided into small denomination. छोटे छोटे amount का होता है. 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees. Okay, so suppose assume that the company is having a capital of, just for example, 10 lakh. Okay, that may be divided into shares of, or say denominations of 100 each. Okay, the capital will be divided into denominations of 100. That means 10 lakh divided by 100. How many shares are there or how many portions are there? It is coming 10,000, right? So that is 10,000 is the total number of shares. Shares means the portion, the amount of portion a company is having in its capital. Okay, division. So that particular portion, what will happen is that the company will generally a public sector company. Okay, it's not possible in case of 1% company and private company to invite the public. So it is possible in case of public company only that they can invite public. Okay, so what they will do is that this 10 lakh of rupees which has been divided into shares of 100 each. So that means how many shares? 10,000 shares. The company may sell off this particular share in the market and will raise money from the market. Okay. So how these things are done, those all will be learning in the accounting. Okay, here how we are going to account for such transactions. That is what we are going to learn here. Okay, before we get enter into the practical portion, we will first of all try to understand the detail about capital, share capital. Okay, see, company's capital is huge in amount and it is divided in small part. Okay, so that small portions, the small amounts makes different shares. बहुत सारे हिस्से बना देता है. ठीक है, those shares we call it, or those portions we call it as the portion of the company's capital. That is why as a whole the company's capital is called as share capital. मतलब बहुत सारे लोगों को शेयर होता है, उसमें हिस्सा होता है. ठीक है, सब मिलाकर कैपिटल बनता है, इसी के लिए उसको बोलते हैं हम लोग शेयर कैपिटल. ठीक है, और ये जो शेयर कैपिटल होता है ये अपने आप में काफी सारा डिवीजन रखता है. ओके, there's certain divisions of share capital. So let's see one by one. First of all, a share capital refers to, the first thing is that authorized capital of the company. ठीक है, it is the authorized capital. It may be, it will have generally certain groups. Okay, the first one I'm explaining is the authorized capital. Now what is authorized capital, or you may call it as registered capital? What is that? Authorized capital or registered capital is that capital of the company with which it has been registered in the Companies Act. रजिस्ट्रेशन करते वक्त अपना कैपिटल कितना रखा गया है उसको बोला जाता है ऑथराइज्ड या फिर रजिस्टर्ड कैपिटल. ओके, जस्ट फॉर एग्जांपल, a company has been registered with 10 lakh of rupees. Okay, divided into shares of 100 each. That means a company is having a authorized capital of 10 lakh and it has been divided into shares of 100. So the authorized shares will be, the registered shares will be 10,000 shares. Clear? This is the base. Means इतना registration है, इतना, इससे ज्यादा company मतलब शेयर्स मार्केट में इशू नहीं कर सकता, 10,000 से ज्यादा इशू नहीं कर सकता. ऑथराइज मींस जितना यू हैव द अथॉरिटी टू रेज अप टू 10,000 अमाउंट, 10,000 वैल्यू ऑफ शेयर्स. Okay. Now it may happen that you may sell the shares of 100 rupees at 200, 300, even 500, okay, or even more than that. Okay, that may happen depending on the performance of the company. Okay, but basically your number of shares that you are selling in the market will not exceed 10,000. Okay, if you want to exceed, there are certain guidelines for that also, which you'll be learning in higher classes. Now, no need to discuss all those things. I'm not going to that part. Okay, so the 10,000 shares will be the extreme limit that is authorized, that you have got the authority to raise the money through. Okay, you can raise the money through 10,000 shares. Then next comes, out of say 10,000 shares, the first option that you are getting is to issue. You may issue all of the 10,000, or you may issue half of it, or less. Let's say, for example, you are issuing only 6,000 shares. Out of 10,000 shares, you are issuing only 6,000 shares at the rate 100 each. Okay, so this 6,000 shares will be referred to as issued capital. That many shares that you have offered to the public for purchasing, that will be called as issued share. जितना तुमने बेचने के लिए ऑफर किया है वो हो गया तुम्हारा ऑथराइज शेयर, सॉरी इशूड शेयर. Okay, then next comes the after authorized, it will be subscribed capital. Now what is subscribed capital? Subscribed capital refers to that amount of capital which has been taken up by the public. Every time what we issue, public may not buy. Okay, let's for example take that public has subscribed 5,500 shares. Then that is the subscribed capital. उतना उन लोगों ने subscribe किया. Now if the public subscribe for say more than 6,000, then you cannot take more than 6,000. Okay, if it is less than that, that's no problem. Okay, that much you can take. But if it is more than that, you have to either return back the extra money that you are taking, or you may adjust with the subsequent shareholder. कोई shareholder हो सकता है ना, वो एक से ज्यादा शेयर खरीद सकता है. ठीक है, shareholder कौन है? जो शेयर में पैसा लगाता है उसको shareholder बोलते हैं, जो शेयर का मालिक होता है. ठीक है, कंपनी के कैपिटल में पैसा लगाने से तो वो शेयर खरीद रहा है. ठीक है ना, तो जैसे ही वो शेयर खरीद लेगा वो मालिक बन जाएगा उस शेयर का, इसलिए उसको शेयर होल्डर बोला जाता है. सो वन शेयर होल्डर में apply for more than one share. He can do that. Okay, if, so once he is getting say suppose 10 shares, okay, he is getting 10 shares. Then after that, if he has applied for say 12 shares but he is getting only 10 shares, then extra 2 shares that he has applied, that money may be adjusted later on. Okay, how it will be done, don't get confused, it will be clear automatically. Just for time being, you try to understand what I mean to say. Okay, so what are the options you have if the subscription is there? First, if the subscription is more than the issued capital, it is called over subscription. ठीक है, जितना इशू किया उससे ज्यादा अगर सब्सक्राइब हो गया है तो उसको बोला जाता है ओवर सब्सक्रिप्शन. इन दैट केस यू हैव गॉट टू ऑप्शंस. वन, टू रिटर्न द एक्सेस मनी बैक. ठीक है, उनको रिटर्न कर दो वापस एक्सेस जो है. और यू मे एडजस्ट the money in some other ways. Okay, how, what are the ways that we'll be learning in the practical. Now coming to the next one. Okay, so that will be subscribed capital, but remember one thing, subscribed capital must be 90% of the issued capital. Suppose अगर तुमने issue किया है जैसे 6,000, तो इसका 90% कितना होता है 5,400. So at least the minimum 5,400 shares should be subscribed, then only you can proceed with the commencement of the business. तभी जाकर business commence कर सकते हो. Other than that, you will not be able to commence. So coming to the next point, there is a called up capital. Now, what is a called up capital? See, this is what I was referring in the previous 2 points also, that is issued capital and subscribed capital, that many times what happens is that this amount of 100 rupees, okay, this amount of 100 rupees might not be taken by the company at a time. Okay, they might take it in installment also. Okay, they might ask in the beginning, they might ask for say 20%, that is only 20 rupees. Then next time they might ask for 15 rupees. Again they might ask for 25 rupees, and again they might ask for the remaining amount. Okay, in this way they might take the 100 rupees at a time, this total of 100 rupees in small installments. Okay, clear. So that is one. option. The other one is taking the whole 100 rupees at a time. Okay, the whole 100 rupees they will take it at a time. Okay, so there are two ways of doing that. Now I am just referring to the situation where they are taking, or they are issuing the shares and raising the money in installment. Okay, so let's assume that the company has asked till now a total of 60 rupees. हो सकता है 10 रुपीज, 20 रुपीज, 30 रुपीज, 10 रुपीज, ऐसे करके टोटल अभी तक 60 रुपीज कंपनी ने कॉल किया है, बोला है पब्लिक को 60 रुपीज तक पे करने के लिए. ओके, सो दैट इट विल बी द कॉल्ड अप कैपिटल. Okay, and after that, suppose if the company, if the public, as the company has asked for 60 rupees, and if the company gets the total of 60 rupees, okay, all the money has been received by the company, that will be called as paid up capital. पूरा का पूरा receive हो गया. Okay, and if there is any person who has not paid the money, okay, which the company has called up, that will be called calls in arrear. Okay, कोई बंदा अगर पैसा नहीं देता है ना, तो वो जो पैसा नहीं देगा, ठीक है, कंपनी ने कॉल कर दिया, बोल दिया ड्यू हो गया है भाई पैसा दे दो, लेकिन अगर बंदा पैसा नहीं दिया तो उसको बोला जाएगा, उस सिचुएशन को बोला जाएगा कि द पर्सन इज इन अ डिफॉल्ट एंड इट इज अ कॉल इन एरियर, कॉल एरियर में है. ठीक है, वैसे ही देयर माइट बी अनदर सिचुएशन आल्सो वेयर द पर्सन माइट पे द मनी बिफोर यू हैव कॉल्ड इट फॉर. कॉल करने से पहले उसने बाकी सब पैसा, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने 60 रुपीज तक बोला था, लेकिन शेयर का दाम 100 रुपीज है, वो बोला क्या बार बार दूंगा, पूरा पैसा एक साथ दे दिया. ठीक है, देन दिस एक्स्ट्रा मनी व्हाट द पर्सन गिव्स, ओके, विदाउट माय कॉलिंग. ठीक है, कॉल नहीं किया मैंने, जब तक कॉल नहीं करूंगा, अगर जब तक कॉल नहीं करूंगा तब तक वो ड्यू नहीं होता है. ठीक है, जैसे ही कॉल करूंगा वो ड्यू हो जाता है. मेरे कॉल करने से पहले अगर दे दिया उसने, तो उसको बोला जाएगा कॉल्स इन एडवांस. ठीक है, calls in advance. Okay, that will be called calls in advance. Now अभी मैं तुम लोगों को ये चीज दिखाता हूँ. Let's see here what is there. There are three situations of receiving the issued capital. ठीक है, there are three situations. I have just given a serial number 1, 2, 3. The other side is issued shares issued. Then the next one is the application received. There is share application received. And what is the situation called? Right. Now let's see one by one. First situation, if the company is issuing 10,000 shares and public is also subscribing only 10,000, okay, that will be called full subscription. Okay, that will be called full subscription, which the chances are quite less. Okay, because exactly the full subscription is a very rare situation. Okay, coming to the next one, that is point number 2. If the issued capital is 10,000 and shares received are 9,500. People have subscribed. I have issued, and the company has issued 10,000, but the public has subscribed only 9,500. It will be called under subscription. Okay, under subscription. Whereas the third situation refers to a situation where the company has issued 10,000 shares and has received 12,000 applications. Okay, this will be called over subscription. Okay, it will be called over subscription. Okay, clear? Okay, now let's see situations of face value. Okay, there also we can see there are three situations. First situation refers to when the value of the share is 100 rupees and the company is also selling it, that is issuing it at 100 rupees. It will be called a situation of issued at par, same दाम में हुआ, par. Okay, next situation, that is serial number 2. If the face value is 100 rupees and I am issuing it at 95 rupees, clear, that is I am issuing it at less than the face value, it will be called issued at discount. Okay, now remember that issued at discount, originally share issuing at a discount is not allowed by the Companies Act 2013. Okay, reissue is possible, but issuing the share originally at discount is not allowed. Okay, now it is not permitted. Now moving to the next one, that is point number 3. If the face value is 100 rupees and I'm issuing, the company is issuing it or selling it at 110 rupees, or say more than 100 rupees. Okay, even 1 rupee is also more, that will be okay, no problem. But it should be more than 100 rupees. It will be called issued at premium. Okay, issued at premium. Okay, we call it as issued at premium. Now let's see the journal entries. Let's come to the journal entries and see what is there. Assuming that the face value of the share is 100. Okay, let's see what will be the journal entry. There are two situations. First is the one-time payment. If the payment has been done at one time, एक बार में payment हो गया, ठीक है? The second situation is where the payment will be done in installment. Okay, we will see one by one. First one, when the payment is done in one time. Okay, what will happen? If the payment is received at one time, we take it as application and allotment. Okay, before that, let me give you a little bit concept about application, allotment, and call. Okay, what is application money? Application money. Then next is allotment money. Then the last one is call money. Okay, so application money. Application money is the amount of money we get it. Okay, we get it in a situation. Okay, application money is a money we get it in a situation where the shares are issued and people apply for it. Okay, where the shares are issued and people apply for it. People apply for it means they will apply for the shares. Okay, and when they apply, they give some amount of money with the application form, which generally is not less than 20% of the face value. Suppose if it is 100 rupees, then the application money might be 20 rupees. Okay, that or more than 20 rupees, 20 rupees or more than that. So that will be the application money that they pay at the time of applying for the shares. If the shares are given to them, allotted to them, okay, then at the time of allotting the shares, the company may ask for some more money. It might be 10 rupees, 20 rupees, anything. Okay. That amount of money which is asked after allotment, that is called allotment money. ठीक है, allot हो गया है तुम्हें, अब तुम थोड़ा पैसा दो, तो वो हो गया allotment money. और जिसको allot नहीं होगा, उसका application का पैसा भी return कर देंगे. Okay, the one who will not be allotted the shares, we have to return back the money to them within 30 days. Then coming to the next one, call money. Call money, that is, it might be the remaining balance. Okay, like suppose if I tell here that the application money is 20 rupees. Okay, the application money is 20 rupees. And let's say, for example, the allotment money is 25 rupees. Okay, now once we come to the call, okay, once we come to the call might be divided into various groups. It might be first call. We generally make it as in words. Okay, it might be first call. Okay, we call it share first call. It might be second call. Let's say second and final call. Only two calls I'm taking. Okay, it might be more than that. It can be second call. It might be more than that. Fifth, third call, fourth call, fifth call, sixth call. Okay, and the last one will be the last. Will be taken. Suppose if it is the fifth one is the last, then it will be fifth and the final call. Okay, so in this way it's being divided. First is application money. Okay, then application money is paid at the time of applying for the shares, and after getting the application from the shareholders. Okay, generally it is given through the bank. So once the company receives the application, after that they will find out whom to give the shares, whom not to give. This situation arises only in a situation when the subscription is more than the issued capital, that is over subscription. अगर over subscription होगा तो ये देखा जाता है कि किसको दिया जाए किसको नहीं दिया जाए. अगर ये एप्लीकेशन अगर अगर देखा जा रहा है सब्सक्रिप्शन कम हो रहा है तो ये सवाल ही नहीं आएगा. ठीक है. Then after allotting the shares, when the shares will be allotted, at the time also company may ask for some amount of money that will be called as all allotment money. Okay, allotment money. Out of 100 rupees, 20 rupees has been received at the time of application. 25 has been received at the time of allotment. 45 ho gaya. Now, at the time of making the call, next time when whenever the company needs the money, what will happen is that the company will make a call for the money. ठीक है, call करेगा. That will be called call money. So if the company asks you makes the first call, मतलब allotment के बाद पहली बार अगर पैसा मांगता है तो उसको बोला जाएगा first call. Okay, so that will be called as first call money, share first call money. Let's take for example it is 15 rupees. Okay, clear. Then दूसरी बार अगर जब मांगेगा तो उसको बोला जाएगा सेकंड कॉल. और पकड़ लो अगर सेकंड कॉल में ही सब फाइनल कर देता है, सब कुछ ले लेता है, तो वो उसको बोलेंगे हम लोग सेकंड एंड फाइनल कॉल. इफ द कंपनी टेक्स ऑल द मनी एट द टाइम ऑफ सेकंड कॉल, it will be taken as second and final call. Let's take for example 40 rupees. Yeah. So this is a situation where the application money, allotment money, and call money all together it will come, and all together it will be taken. Okay. A company might accept the first call depending on the need of the money. Might accept to only allotment money. Okay, depending on the requirement of fund. Okay, you need to understand all the situations, and well as the question has given, as the question has asked you, and as the question has given the information, based on that only you have to do the journal entries, prepare the journal entries. Okay, you have to prepare the journal entries. But remember, the most important thing here is that application and allotment money is very important and compulsory. Okay, once you have to apply and again you have to allot, so these two are very much related. Along with that, if the company don't ask the whole of the money at the time of application allotment, it may ask you after that. It might come as first call, second call, and all and so on. Okay, it might come as first call, second call, and so on. So coming to the situation, next situation, that is on there are two situations of taking the money. First one is one time payment. अगर पूरा का पूरा पैसा एक बार में लेता है. As I have already told you, the two important situations also will remain the same. That is application and allotment. Okay. If all the money is taken at a time, then we'll take it as we will take it as a situation of applying as well as allotting. मतलब people अप्लाई भी करेंगे, लोग अप्लाई भी करेंगे, एप्लीकेशन का भी पैसा देंगे और अलॉटमेंट का भी पैसा देंगे. पकड़ लो अगर कोई एक्सेस दे दिया और जिसको अलॉट नहीं हुआ उसका पैसा रिटर्न कर देंगे. ठीक है. अदरवाइज इट विल बी टेकन एज एप्लीकेशन एंड अलॉटमेंट अकाउंट. उसको एक नाम पकड़ा जाता है क्योंकि एक साथ एक बार मिलेगा तो अप्लाई भी हो रहा है, अलॉटमेंट भी हो रहा है. ओके, सो दैट इज व्हाई वी टेक इट एट अ टाइम एज हियर एप्लीकेशन एंड अलॉटमेंट अकाउंट. ओके, one time payment. So let's see what is the situation when application money is received. जब application का पैसा receive होगा तो क्या होगा? Bank account debit, you have to receive the money in the bank account debit to share application and allotment account. ठीक है, बैंक में पैसा आएगा, bank's real account comes in and sub application and allotment account will be our gain, so it will be credit. Bank account debit to share application and allotment account. And after once you receive the money, what you have to do? You have to find out if the money is an excess or it is full subscription. Okay, what is the situation? Now, based on that, what you will do? You will transfer it. It is credit. You will close it and transfer. Okay, so it will be closed. How the credit will be closed? The credit will be closed by debiting. So share application and allotment account will be closed by debiting. Share application and allotment account debit to share capital account to the extent you have issued. ठीक है, जितना इशू किया है उससे ज्यादा नहीं ले सकते. अगर कम आया है तो कम, ज्यादा आएगा तो ज्यादा नहीं ले सकते. जितना इशू किया है उतना ही लेंगे. ठीक है, जितना इशू किया है उतना ही लेंगे. Now if the shares has been received more, then what you will do? The excess will be returned back. जो भी excess होगा वो बैंक अकाउंट में चला जाएगा, बैंक क्रेडिट हो जाएगा, बैंक goes out credit. ठीक है, excess refunded. ठीक है, excess जो भी रहेगा ना उसको हम लोग रिफंड कर देंगे. लेके जाओ रे भाई, तुम्हारा पैसा है, तुम ले जाओ. ठीक है, रिफंड कर देंगे. क्लियर? This is the situation. Now coming to the next situation, that is when there is installment. Okay, when the shares are issued at installment. अगर इशू डेट इंस्टॉलमेंट होता है ना, पहला वाला हो गया देखो वन टाइम पेमेंट, नेक्स्ट वाला हो गया ऑन इंस्टॉलमेंट. अगर इंस्टॉलमेंट में इशू करता है तो क्या होगा? इफ द शेयर्स आर इशूड एट इंस्टॉलमेंट, देन व्हाट विल हैपन? लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल. आई एम टेकिंग हियर एग्जांपल एट द शेयर वैल्यू इज रिमेनिंग द सेम 100 rupees. ओके, शेयर वैल्यू फेस वैल्यू सेम रहता है 100 rupees. ऑन एप्लीकेशन इट इज 20. On allotment 25. On first call I have taken 30 and the second and final call I have taken 25. It may be more than that also. I'm just taking an example. And here I'm just stating you that as I have already told you that the application money must be 20% of the face value. Okay, this is for understanding, nothing more than that. Now in this situation what will happen? Application में कितना ले रहे हैं? 20, right? So application के वक्त क्या होगा? पहले पैसा बैंक के थ्रू आएगा क्योंकि we are not aware of the fact that who are our shareholder. कौन कौन अप्लाई करेगा नहीं पता. बेसिकली पहली बार बैंक के थ्रू आएगा पैसा, ठीक है, पहले पैसा आएगा, एप्लीकेशन आएगा। बेसिकली जब एप्लीकेशन का पैसा रिसीव होगा पहली बार, तो क्या होगा, बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट, बैंक में आएगा पैसा, बैंक रियल अकाउंट डेबिट टू शेयर एप्लीकेशन अकाउंट, सिर्फ एप्लीकेशन अकाउंट। क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम लोग इंस्टॉलमेंट में ले रहे हैं, तो एप्लीकेशन का अलग आएगा, अलॉटमेंट का अलग आएगा। ओके, सो बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू शेयर एप्लीकेशन अकाउंट being the amount received on application for this many number of shares the rate as per each. Okay, then coming to the next one, when application money is transferred to share capital, when the application money is transferred to share capital, what will happen, this amount of money, okay, the amount of money, okay, when the application money is transferred to share capital means जब एप्लीकेशन का पैसा शेयर कैपिटल में ट्रांसफर होगा, ठीक है, एप्लीकेशन का पैसा जब शेयर कैपिटल में ट्रांसफर होगा, यही पैसा होगा ना, आया है, द मनी दैट वी रिसीव इन द एप्लीकेशन, सो आउट ऑफ दैट व्हाट यू विल डू, यू विल क्लोज इट बाय डेबिटिंग, so share application account debit total money, okay, to share capital the extent of share we have issued, or if it is excess received then how much we have issued, that much you will take, and if it is less received or that is under subscription, then you will take only the undersubscribed amount, ठीक है, issued और subscribed whichever is less, ठीक है, then will be जो भी पैसा हम लोग रिटर्न करेंगे एक्सेस अगर है तो टू बैंक अकाउंट, okay, share application account debit total to share capital to the extent of issued or received whichever is less, then to bank account will be the excess money or whatever refund we are making, and if there is any excess that we are adjusting in the allotment, that will go to the allotment account, ठीक है, कोई भी अगर एक्सेस हम लोग एडजस्ट कर रहे हैं अलॉटमेंट या कॉल में, तो कॉल होने से कॉल में चला जाएगा, अलॉटमेंट होने से अलॉटमेंट, पहले अलॉटमेंट फिर कॉल, ओके, अगर अलॉटमेंट पूरा करके कर देगा तब जाकर नेक्स्ट में जाएगा, ठीक है, ये टंकी की तरह होता है ना, एक टंकी भर गया तो दूसरे वाला भरेगा, उसके बाद तीसरा वाला भरेगा, तो पहला टंकी हो गया एप्लीकेशन, एप्लीकेशन पूरा हो गया, तो उसके बाद अगर ओवरफ्लो होता है तो उसको इधर हम लोग बाहर गिरा देंगे, मतलब रिटर्न कर देंगे, या फिर दूसरे टंकी में गिराएंगे, दैट इज शेयर अलॉटमेंट में चला जाएगा, अलॉटमेंट भी पूरा हो गया तो चला जाएगा कॉल में, ठीक है, एक के बाद एक, क्लियर है, this is the most complicated entry, so I'm repeating once again, what will happen is once you receive the application money, it will be closed by transferring to share capital, so the entry is share application account debit to share capital account, the amount of money that we have that we have received for the application, okay, that remember that it must not be more than the issued, ठीक है, अगर अंडर सब्सक्रिप्शन है तो जितना मिला है उतना, लेकिन अगर ओवर सब्सक्रिप्शन है तो कितना लोगे, जितना हम लोगों ने इशू किया है, ओके, उसके बाद उसमें से जो जो तुमने रिटर्न कर दिया है कस्टमर शेयर होल्डर्स को, तो वो चला जाएगा बैंक में टू बैंक अकाउंट, और जो तुमने एक्सेस एडजस्ट किया है, कभी कभी हो सकता है अलॉटमेंट या कॉल में एडजस्ट करे, तो वो चला जाएगा टू शेयर अलॉटमेंट अकाउंट, और अगर अलॉटमेंट में भी एक्सेस हो गया तो चला जाएगा टू शेयर कॉल अकाउंट, जो भी फर्स्ट कॉल सेकंड कॉल जो भी कॉल होता है एक के बाद एक, ठीक है, वो कॉल में चला जाएगा, सो दिस इज द सिचुएशन of receiving the money at the time of application and transferring it to share capital. Now coming to the second one, that is, as I was telling you, we are talking about installment. So in installment, where will be there are how many, four situations. Okay, it can be more than that. So application is over. Now coming to the allotment. At the time of allotment, what will happen from now onwards? We are aware that who are our shareholders. So since we know our shareholders, first of all, we'll make them debtors. Okay, we will make them debtors by making debiting. Okay, making the particular entry due. Due entry बोलते हैं इसको. तो क्या होगा यहाँ पे allotment due करे ना? So we will take it as when the allotment is due. So when the allotment is due, what will happen? Share allotment will become as our asset. So share allotment account debit to share capital, we are going to transfer it to the capital. Capital always shows credit balance, so it will go in a share capital. Until unless the capital is negative, it will always show credit balance. Okay, so that is why share allotment account debit to share capital account is the due entry. After that, we have to transfer it. Sorry, once we have transferred, this is a form of transfer due entry. Okay, once you have done it, then what will happen is that you will receive the money. So when you receive the money, that is for allotment you are receiving, so it will be bank account debit to share allotment account. Okay, bank account debit to share allotment account, whatever money you receive. So coming to the next one, that is call. After the allotment is over, then we will go for call. अगर कुछ कॉल में हम लोग पूछ रहे हैं तो ठीक है, फर्स्ट कॉल सेकंड कॉल जो भी होता है, ठीक है, that will become call. So call के वक्त भी पहले हम लोग ड्यू करेंगे, because we know whom from whom to ask, right? So first of all, it will be due entry. So what will be the entry? Share first call account debit to share capital account. here first call account debit to share capital account, and after that transfer it by closing. What will be the entry? Bank account debit, because the money will receive. So when the money is received, so bank account debit to share first call account. Share first call का account बंद हो गया और पैसा आ गया. Bank account debit to share first call account. Clear? I hope all of you have understood up to here. Today I will take the class only after the journal entries, because this is the primary class and you should listen to this video at least 10 times before you understand the, before you go for the practical. Okay, so at least 10 times you try to listen this video and make a proper note on it. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself and take care of the studies nicely, okay, because we are going to have our pre-board also very soon. Till then, bye bye.